Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Imagine becoming one with all beings. Let's chant the sound of Om 3 times. The ultimate mantra that contains all the vibrations and all the colors. So imagine the sound reaching the ends of the universe. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. In God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. So seeing as it's a beautiful day out there, let's celebrate Mother Earth, and this mantra is invoked in order to bring her more ability to keep on producing for us and keep providing for us, her children. So may we act in a way that helps to preserve her and all her bounty. So calm response. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's come to standing now and begin the practice. So let's start with a mantra for purification, to purify the space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. If you happen to know it, you may chant along. If you don't, just think of the intention of purification, and you will derive all the benefits as though you were chanting the words perfectly. Om pavitraha pavikrava sawa vashtaingato piwa Yaha smarit pandrikaksham sabahya byantracha sachihi. Release the arms. Let's begin with the warm-up. So start to roll the head in circles. Loosen the neck. Feel as though the head were very heavy. And roll the head in the other direction. Try to make the back of the head touch the top of the back and the chin to come right onto the chest. Ears to the shoulders. And then we're just swinging the arms back and forth. Nice easy movements. Incorporate some nice strong breathing in order to oxygenate the blood and energize the body. So wake up the body a little bit by generating some heat. Now arms across the chest. Throw the arms back on the exhale. Next one is called Breath of Joy. Do it with enthusiasm to make it live, the movements live up to the name. First 3 movements done on an inhale, last one on the exhale through the mouth, like a big sigh. It looks like this. Join me. Remember, do it with exuberance to get the full benefit of the exercise. Last one, just throw the body down, flat, hang down there, so that I can stop shaking. And then roll your way up. The next exercise, 4 movements. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, squat down. You don't have to come down all the way, just to the comfort of your knees. Reach up on an inhale. Exhale, swing the arms down. Let's give it a try. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now just shake out the wrists as fast as you can. Fling the fingers from side to side. And then up and down, completely loosen the wrists. Move the fingers as fast as you can, and the hands as fast as you can. And release. So next one's called humility pose. 3 counts to come up halfway, and then last 3 counts, come up off your heels, arms up, and as you exhale, 3 counts as well to come halfway. Exhale the rest of the way down, palms down, and the arms come back to the sides. 1, 2, 3, lift up. 1, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, down, 2, 3 of the heels. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, palms up, lift the heels, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, palms down, heels slowly lower. Inhale, reach the arms up, 2, 3, feel yourself floating up and lengthening, and down, 2, 3, palms down, heels down. Inhale, 2, 3, lift, 1, 2, 3, pause, and then exhale, 2, 3, palms down, 1, 2, 3. Last time, move with grace, 1, 2, 3, float up the heels, 2, 3, and then down, 2, 3, heels down, and arms down, 2, 3. Good, and then just one last one, just allow the body to just go from side to side, the arms to hit the bottom, and then just start to move faster, shake it up, move as fast as you can. And then start to slow it down, arms again just feeling heavy. Namaskar. Come to the top of the mat. Bring the hands at the heart center. Close the eyes. Remember, better than practice, even better than meditation, is to renounce all the fruits of our actions. Do the practice as though it were a divine duty to all beings to deliver them benefits and love and all that we derive from the practice. Let's stay together, move together as one to stay in that collective mind. Reach the arms up over the head. Come down gracefully. Bend the knees if you need to bring your chest on your thighs, the hands on the ground. Right foot steps back into long lunge. Lower the knee, drop the seat. Come into high plank, body level, lower down knees, chest, and chin. Turn the hands out a little bit so the elbows come in towards the body. And then pull with your hands as you drag the body through between your arms. Cobra. Downward facing dog, lift the seat up and back. Right foot steps forward to the hands. If you need to, lower the back knee. Use the hand to assist the foot forward. Feet come together, press the body to legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Return the hands to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that seems intuitive, that allows the breath to stay in that steady, uniform rhythm. Left foot back into plank. And then the breath will deliver fluidity and ease to the movements. Lower down, come forward into the Cobra. Roll back over the toes, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, move with mindfulness and reverence. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Imagine that each movement is like a prayer, an offering to help all beings reach their fullest level of contentment. Right foot back into the plank, lower down. Glide through and back. Right foot forward. When you take the intention off of just satisfying your own desires, the practice becomes more meaningful. Come up, return home. And again, reach up, go down gracefully. Watch the body moving as though you're the witness. Left foot back, into the plank, lower down, glide through, and retreat. Seat up and back. Left foot steps. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Try to express, reflect, surrender, humility in all your movements. Right foot back. Reverence, of course, for all the forms that you're passing through this sequence. Come forward and up and back. Right foot forward passing through all the forms. They are all like different experiences. And the mind remains, and the witness is completely unaffected by any of this. The witness is just the observer of the body, mind, and the emotions. Left foot back. And then go down. Right. Retreat. Left foot steps. Land the foot quietly. Try not to disturb the mind from its meditative state. Come up and back. And up again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fall gracefully. Bowing down. Right foot extends back into the plank. Keep watching the body, the mind activity and the emotions. Without any judgments, any concerns. Remain undisturbed. Right foot forward. And then the left. Come up high. Back home. Left side to close this cycle. Go down. Practice according to your condition and your abilities. Lower down. Just do your best. Have no expectations. And back. Left foot forward. Feet together. Come all the way up. And return home. go for one more. Do it on your own. Keep a steady rhythm all throughout. Just keep watching the body. Keep on being a witness. Bury your mind deep in the heart. And then watch the body move with more steadiness and grace and ease. If you get lost, just look up. Watch the instructor. Feet together. Take a deep breath in once you arrive back home. Exhale, remove all expectations, all attachments to the results. Again, if you're unfamiliar with the movements, just watch the teacher. The teacher's job is to transmit the information to you. So, let's continue with the poses. Surya Namaskar, or just like a little way to honor the highest self within. Bend the knees, you can bring your chest onto your thighs and slide your hands down the backs of the legs. Push the body into the legs to straighten out the legs eventually. Imagine trying to get your chest beyond the knees. And if you're flexible, bring the forehead against the shins. Trying to get the head close to the tops of the feet. Keep lifting up, tilting up the seat so you feel a stretch in the backs of the legs. Now plant the hands, lift the heels, shift your weight forward so your shoulders come over the fingertips. Now if you want, you can just walk back from here. If you want, press into the ground, lift up, and then float back into chaturanga. Belly on the ground, inhale, come up into Cobra. Roll the shoulders back, head lifts. If you need to come onto your forearms to make it more accessible, then you can do this. Push the chest forward away from the seat. Allow the shoulders to fall back and the shoulders to drop as well. If you're feeling more flexible, bring your hands closer in towards the body and come up higher. Keep the hips on the ground and the legs together like a tail of a snake. Now bury yourself deep in the body of the snake, the cobra. Embody its characteristics. It's a sublime suppleness. And bend the toes under, come back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften through the heart, allow the heart to fall towards the ground. Just bounce a little bit through the chest, trying to get the arms, the underarms close to the ground, and maybe you can rest the top head on the mat if those who are more flexible. Pull belly towards the thighs. Left foot comes forward between the hands, back knee down. Inhale, come up, Kapyasana, reach the arms up. If you need to, you keep your hands apart, or you join your hands together in Kali Mudra. Now rock from side to side, lift the shoulders up and down. Try to get a little bit more movement and mobility in the shoulders, and pull the arms back. Keep the arms behind, try to keep the arms straight, and maybe get the arms behind the ears. If you're more advanced, you have good balance and flexibility, you can bring the back foot up, tilt the head back, chain pose, the head rests in the arms, and keep lifting up. Everything's an option, just go according to your ability. Good, one more stretch, reach back through the fingertips, imagine trying to get the index fingers over the back toe if you're doing Kapyasana, crescent moon. And then break the pose. Lift up through the heart, come back. Press into the front knee, Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms out to the side, level with the ground. Full extension. And then Sukha Trikonasana. Left hand down, the right arm up. Shoulder stays with the knee, turn the chest to the side. Take a bind if you like, by bringing the right hand behind the back, either pressing your hand into your inner thigh and pressing into your thigh, Or dropping the shoulder down lower than the knee, so the left arm can come all the way down and under. And you bind the hands beside the seat. Just see where the hands are beside the seat against the thigh. Right shoulder moves back. Ideally, you can eventually take the left hand to the right wrist. Move it up towards the elbow if you're more flexible. Option here, press into the front foot, shift your weight forward, bend the toes under the back foot, lift the knee up off the ground. Try to get the right hip to come up so the right leg straightens. And eventually maybe the left leg can straighten as well by raising the left hip. Stay in the previous pose if you prefer. That's where your edge is. Break the pose, bring the hands back down, hips and shoulders forward, right knee down. Inhale, come up with the right arm, angle the toe and knee towards the right so you can bring the elbow to the outside. Press firmly against the knee, outside the knee, and bring your hands together at the heart. Hands start usually at the shoulder, but then as you push the left hand into the right, the body rises up higher than the thigh. So try to bring your center of the chest to the thumbs, and then turn the body. Left shoulder moves back, chest faces up. If you bend the toes under the back foot, it gives you a little bit more power to turn. If you know a bind, go ahead. Left arm comes all the way around the back. Right elbow comes in the space below the knee, and your hands join underneath the belly. Lock the fingers together or hold the left wrist with the right hand. Other variations, advanced practitioners, go ahead now. Now move the left hip back a little bit more, head forward, and roll again. As you twist, try not to create folds in the side body. Break the pose, come all the way back around, easy warrior two. Shoulders down, and then spin the hands down to the ground. Hips and shoulders facing forward, bend the toes under the back foot. Rock back and forth, dropping down through the seat. Get lower and lower with each pass. Once you can't go down any lower, just allow the knee to come down, flatten out the toes. Continue to pull your hands in a backward sense as you telescope the chest forward. If your shoulders lower than the knee, you can rest the right forearm and maybe the left forearm that comes down as well. If you're very flexible, try to get your chest on the ground, left arm to the outside of the foot, so you can press against the ankle as you move the chest forward. Variations, go ahead, advanced practitioners. I like to wrap my arm around the outside, snake it in between, underneath the leg, between the butt, and bring the hand over the lower back, join the hands over the back. Remember, move according to your condition. I try to give as many variations and modifications for all levels. Find your edge. One more breath here. Release, come back onto the hands. Now from here, come back into table. Dip the chest down. Scoop right through into Cobra. Jangasana if you'd rather do upward facing dog. Lift the hips up off the ground, lift the knees, drag your hips between the hands, and then open up through the chest. Try not to lose your neck, keep the neck long. Back into downward facing dog, breathe in, breathe out. Shavasana, on the left hand, left foot first. Move the left hand towards the right. Spin your toes towards the long edge of the mat. Keep your hips high like you're doing a sideways downward dog, and then reach the right arm up. Just make sure you don't collapse into your shoulder. Keep the arm extended. If you need to, lower the left knee down. Other variations, slide the right foot back beside the knee, press the toes in. Wild thing. Maybe go right into Jangasana. Slide the left foot in from the right side beside and the right hand beside the left hand. Or try other things according to your practice. to return, you smear your left hand to the mat. Keep your hips high, keep your arm extended as you move back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Try it on the other side. Right hand slides to the left. Spin your feet again, keeping your hips away from the ground as high as you can to give you strength to stay up. And if you want to do wild things, keep sliding left foot back. Flip your hips and shoulders to face up. Smear the right hand to the mat. And then move your feet as you need to come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Remember, this is an option. You don't have to go here. Just go where the breath will take you with ease. You're still challenging the mind, the body, without creating anxiety and distress for the mind. And we're returning now. Smear the right hand to the mat. Spin on your feet. Return to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften through the heart. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Back and knee down. Inhale, lift up through the torso. Exhale, drop the seat. And then from here, raise your arms up. Kapiyasana. Pull your arms straight. Try to bring the heels of your palms together. The closer your arms are to the head, the chances are you can keep your arms a little bit straighter. And again, if you want to do chain pose, you lift the back foot up. Bring the head back and see if the foot and the head will make contact. Lose yourself in the pose. Imagine yourself in the pose. Keep practicing. Maybe one day the body will arrive. Break the pose. Lift up through the heart. Press into the front knee to come upright. Turn to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana. And then bring the right hand down, left arm up. Easy triangle. Take the left shoulder back. Bind if you like, or half bind. So the option one is just to bring your hand, press into inner thigh, keep moving the left shoulder back. Or drop the right shoulder down, lower than the knee, so you can bring the whole arm underneath. And then you'll find the hands more easily. Beside the seat, don't bind over the seat, it's a little bit more of a reach. Option here to come into bound triangle, shift your weight into the front foot, you can lift the knee up off the back foot, come into, and raise the left hip up. Try to straighten the left leg as you extend the head down towards the ground. Move according to your condition. Keep observing the body, the mind reactions, and the emotions. And release. Release the bind. Turn forward, left knee down. Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, left arm up. Angle the toe and knee towards the left, so in the same angle. Elbow to the outside of the right knee. Again, try to make sure the body comes up. Notice where my belly is. It's higher than the thigh. Then push the right hand firmly to the left, so the center of the chest comes closer to the thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back, all the way. Pull the right hip back, and the head moves forward on the in-breath. Exhale, rotate a little bit more. Take a bind or other variations. Lift the back knee up off the ground, or the extended version. Make them all an offering. Gracefully return back into Easy Warrior 2. Look over the front hand, shoulders down. Good. Now circle hands down to the ground, hips and shoulders forward, bend the toes under, move back and forth. If it's appropriate, lower down onto the forearms. Try to get the seat to come down as low as you can, and then settle into the pose. Knee down, toes down on the left leg. Creep the chest forward, and then be still. Freeze the gaze, just like a lizard that doesn't blink. Take your variations again as you like. hands if you need to. Now take a look at your right hip. Make sure it's not way higher than the other one. Front hip should look still down and the knee stays close to the shoulder. Now come back onto the hands. Send the right knee back with the left. Drop the chest down between the hands and glide through, coming into Cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders back. Good. Stretch the front of the body. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nothing like repetition to find the ease in the pose. So again, slide your left hand closer to the right, Vasisthasana. You can do the same one that you did before or a different one. Maybe lift the right leg up. Or if you spin again a little bit, coming into Wild Thing, you can stay here, or if you press hard into your left hand, your left foot, you can draw your knee up. If you're more flexible, reach for the foot. Keep your hips high like you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana. The same feeling. Gracefully release. Come back down. Pushing your left hand and send your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Watch the body moving gracefully as you go to the other side. So same entry, push into your hand, arm stays extended, the hips high, the chest high. If you have a lot of weight on your left hand, your right hand and right foot, you have more ease, ability to take your weight up off your left foot so you can eventually take the knee or the foot. Look up, keep the hips high. Return. Left foot comes down, keep your hips high, keep your arms extended, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. From here, lift the heels, bend the knees. You can either jump to your hands or walk to your hands. Land your feet close or between the hands. Lower the seat about the line of the knees and then bring your arms forward. Peel the chest up off the thighs, Utkatasana. Stay strong in a pose, shoulders down. Create some heat by really engaging the lower body. The mind is completely unaffected by the effort. Come up all the way. Interlace the fingers, open up the feet a little bit. Really press down to the base of the toes, and the toe pads grip the toes to the mat and the heels, edges of the feet. Push the hands up towards the sky and then press the hips forward. And then go back as much as you feel comfortable. If you're more bendy, of course, you go back further. Keep your hips forward. And then just allow the breath to take you into a place where you can still find a steadiness and ease. Press into your feet, come back all the way up. Return the hands to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax the arms. Let's try a few balance poses now. So we're going to work with Untitled, working the hips a little bit, and then go into Eagle, Gerudasana. Standing on the left foot first, pick up the right leg, holding at the knee, and bring the foot across as well. So the knee and the toes are on the same line, point the toe, and just press the right thigh down so that you drop the right hip. And then sink down into the weight into your left foot, bend the knee, and if you can, keep engaging leg muscles, float it there. If it's too much, just bring the foot onto your leg, the shin on the leg. Arms up to the side, right wrist on top of the left, fingers straight up, shoulders down. Make sure that the elbows are in the same height. Keep the body upright. Picture the statue of a dancing Shiva. Press into the foot, come back out. Breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Imagine the pose in the mind that you're trying to attain, and then just lullaby to represent it the best way that you can. No judgment, fall out of it, try again. So stand firm on the right foot, take the left knee up, and then turn the leg again so the shin is level with the ground. Bend the standing leg, stay strong, drop the left hip, arms out, and then the left wrist on top of the right this time. Sometimes the elbow tends to drop on the right arm, left on the top arm. Keep the elbows level, shoulders back, body back straight. Fingers straight, line from fingertip to fingertip, one hand to the other. Concentrate on steadiness and graceful lines. And come out, release. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of any negative reactions, any effort, start anew. Next one is Gerudasana. So take the right leg up as high as you can. Bend the standing leg, the left leg in this case, and just push the knees against one another. The top knee onto the other one, a thigh. Twist a little bit. You might be able to hook the foot, but the front of the foot against the back of the standing leg. Arms out, and then right arm over the left. Intertwine the forearms, bring the elbows forward. Away from the chest, feel the upper back widening. If you have good balance, you can come down lower. Keep sinking down. Eventually you can rest your elbows on your thighs and just come down really low. Feel the root muscles being squeezed and engaged and stimulated. Come back out like you're taking flight. Come out of the pose. Close your eyes again. Stand tall. Breathe in. Breathe out all expectations. Just do your best. Visualize yourself in the pose, holding it effortlessly. And see if the body will obey. So stand firm on your right foot. Lift the left knee up as high as you can so it makes it easier to bring the knee up higher on the thigh. And this is what allows you to eventually hook the foot. Arms out to this side, left arm over top this time. Press the forearms away. If it's too much, you just bring your forearms together. If that was too much the first time. And again, you can come down low and lower and lower. Sit as small as you can. And the longer you sit in a pose, the more you start to embody all the characteristics and get the sense of the pose, the consciousness of that form. And then that's where you find steadiness and comfort. Come back up and release. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now just separate your feet. Hinge down at the hips. And then just allow yourself to relax here. You can just allow your hands to rest on the ground or take hold of the opposite elbows. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Just throw all the fatigue out of the body. All the effort. Like a big sigh. And then come down onto the seat. Okay, so now we're going to fold the left leg back. So the foot's beside the seat. If this is not, your knee is talking to you, is complaining, then you keep your foot in front. Your knee in front, your foot just in front, a little to the other side of the right side of the seat. And then you bring the right knee up to the shoulder, press the heel in front of the knee, or if you can extend the legs straight up, heron pose. Keep the back straight as you can, and try to pull the leg towards body as opposed to coming forward and slouching to meet the leg. Sit up tall, press up to the base of the toes, and think of the long lines of the heron and just try to create them in your pose. Just keep watching that form, or imagine that form in your mind, the bird, the warrior, the dog, and try to imitate its shape, tap into its consciousness and its qualities. This is how you cultivate compassion and love for all beings. And then we're going to refold the leg. So do it quickly. If you're in the leg with the leg folded back, you lean back so the heel comes close to where it has to go, like on top of the thigh. You just tuck it in, and the knee comes down. In front, not too out to the side. Keep the knees closer together, and try to have both sides of the seat down. If one knee is way lifted up high, you can hold the knee with your hand. Try to hold it the same line as the foot. Otherwise, if it's too high, just place your foot down against the inseam. This applies too if your left foot's in front. Just push the knee against the, just against the right knee. The right toes against the left knee. Left hand to the outside of the knee, form a fist. Press the fist, back the fist into the outside of the knee. Right hand can either stay behind the back, down the center of the back, or come around, bind the foot, or press into your thigh. Or hold your shirt. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, and come twist to the right. Shoulders back. Now you want to feel a twist, starting at the hips, the pelvis, and then moving its way all the way up through the spine. Both sides of the seat grounded. Make sure the body's not tipping to one side, the left side is not running up. Keep the left side of the seat planted. Come back to face forward. Good. I'm going to try something different here. Lean to the right, take the left foot in front. If your foot is in lotus, you just pull it out a little bit so that your shin is sitting against the thigh, and you bring the seat up off the ground and you move close to the heel. Your seat is hovering just above the ground. Now push the left thigh towards you and the right thigh away from the chest. Back stays straight. From here, you bring your weight more into your left hand, reach the right arm up, and then see if you can pull down. So dive down. If you can get your arm down, hand on the ground, and your foot to the upper arm, you try to bring it close to the shoulder. From here, you press into your hands, you lean forward, and then you extend the right leg. Dragonfly. Okay, if that was looking a little bit crazy to you, you can just stay here, or you can even extend the leg. If it was too uncomfortable, keep it tucked in and try to balance. I challenge you to take your hands up off the ground. Shoulders back. If you need to come up on your toes, you can do this as well. You can lean forward. You can stay with your fingertips on the ground. So there's lots of different options. Pick one where you can find steadiness and the mind doesn't go into overdrive with anxiety. Okay. And back down. Release. Shake out the legs. Go to the other side. The right leg folds back or stays in front as you need to. Modify according to your condition. Left foot comes up. Heel on the same line as the knee, or straight up into heron pose. Draw the shoulders back, press through the base of the toes, and keep on lifting up. Get straighter and taller with each breath. Now refold the leg. Come into your half lotus or your modifications. Foot on the inseam of the leg and the leg. Make sure both sides of the seat are grounded. Go to the left. Roll head and shoulder forward, come down low. This sometimes helps to get your arm further around. You can use the other hand to assist the hand further forward so you can find the foot. If you have the foot higher up on the thigh, it's easier to find with your hand. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Make sure the knee is supported. Either hold it with your hand if it's not right on the ground, or place something underneath the knee. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, turn. Push the arm into the back. Remind yourself to prop yourself up. If you're more flexible, you have long arms, you can take hold of the shin or the ankle. Remember to not lean to one side, keep the body upright, both sides of the seat equally grounded. Come back around, and then lean to the left, bring the right foot in front, and then slip your foot out of the lotus and just bring it a little bit further up towards the knee. Not too much, just so that you can squeeze your thighs in towards the chest, or if you need to, come forward and sit on your heel. This is, again, you know, just find a way to challenge your body a little bit. And then you can either try to bring one hand up, both hands up, or you can do the dragonfly. To demonstrate again, you lean towards the right, left arm up, and then you have to kind of dive down so the chest looks down. Press into your hands, elbows bend so that your right leg has something to sit on, and then you extend your right leg eventually. If you have your foot too close to the elbow, it'll slip right off. This is why you try to start with your foot closer to the shoulder. When you come back. Shake out the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember, these are all options. So just move according to your condition. Next one is headstand, inversions. So if you're in know your variation that you like to try, go ahead. I'll offer options for those who are less, who want to try something a little bit softer. So if you're very uncomfortable with inversions, not use them at all, you bring your forehead in front of the knees, lift the feet, and just lift up the hips. If you feel more comfortable, you can place your hands beside your knees so your arms are forming a right angle. You have to see your hands, you shouldn't be beside your head. And then you lift your seat, walk your hands close, your feet closer. You can just rest just behind, underneath the knees, against the elbows, push into your hands, and see if you can just dance from toe to toe. So you have to bring more weight onto your hands and your head so you can take the weight up off your feet. Eventually, your feet can stay up. Flex your toes so that you engage the muscles to stay strong in the pose. All right, teddy bear is a nice option for an inversion because you're low to the ground and you have lots of point of contact with the ground. Imagine a weight lifting up off your head. Eventually you can push into your hands and lift your knees up off the ground. Up off the knees, I should say. Tuck them in. And then, if you need to, just come down and rest in child's pose. If you're still in headstand, stay up. Concentrate on stillness, leave the body alone, bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Feeling you need a little bit. You can also split your legs. This is also a nice option for staying balanced. One leg goes behind the body, one stays in front. Keep your knees very bent and close to the body and press through the base of toes. Bend your toes back. Again, in the interest of trying to engage the muscles, you need to stay steady. Now, start to come down. No big, heavy, hard landings. Come down mindfully. Press into your arms or your hands, depending what position you're in, and come down gracefully so as not to jar the mind. Disrupt the mind. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. And roll up. Find your way onto your back. Extend the legs. Take a moment to just lie on your back. Breathe in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue, all struggles. To prepare for shoulder stand, bring your arms by your body. Raise the legs up together, 90 degrees. Push into your arms and raise the seat up off the mat. And then lower back down, not in a way that's soft. Don't land the seat heavily on the ground. And press into your arms, come up higher this time. So maybe the mid-back comes up off the ground as well. Control the descent by pushing the arms firmly into the mat and engaging your core muscles. Maybe another time. Lift up higher. So you're mostly just on your shoulders now. And again, come down. Keep your knees bent if you need to through all these exercises. Now if that was all good, you press up again. Once the back is nice and high, the seat is high off the ground, you bring your hands to the back, move your elbows closer to one another, and press into the back, press hips forward. You have a straight line from the toes right down to the chin. If you need to, you tuck your knees so that the thighs come towards the body, or you sit on your hands with your legs extended straight up if you're beginning at the pose. Other variations, if you like, come into Lotus. Use your hands if you like to place your feet as you need to. If you're in Lotus, try to get your knees higher than the hips. And if you're very steady, you want to take your hands to your thighs. In either position with your legs straight or Lotus, go ahead. Now, go inward. Watch the space between your eyebrows. Imagine you're staring at a big movie screen, a black movie screen. Keep your attention fixed there. Nothing to do, nowhere go, but deeper within, beyond the body and the mind and the emotions. Now if you're in Lotus, you can come into Pindasana, bring your thighs against the body. You can keep your hands on your back if you like, and circle the arms around the legs, and wrap your arms around the legs. If you want to have your legs straight, Halasana. Bring your feet down to the ground behind your head. Keep supporting your back if your feet don't come all the way down. If they do, bring your arms behind the back, or rest them on top of the backs and knees if you want to bring your thighs against the body. Do this version as well. Pidasana. Okay, ready to come out of the pose. Arms behind the back. Listen carefully, we're going to come into Navasana, boat pose. So start to roll the back down onto the ground, vertebra by vertebra. Once the seat comes down, keep your feet up. But press into your arms so you can sit up without dropping your feet to the ground first. You can bend your knees if you like. Bring your body forward to meet the chest forward to meet the knees. You can keep your knees bent or straighten out the legs again. Hold on to the backs of the legs or float the arms out. Now Bhastrika, look over the line of the toes, breathe very fast the nose like a sniffing dog. exit. So I'll show a variation of fish. Cross the shins, pull the heels just underneath the seat, tuck your chin in, roll onto your back, and then keep pulling on the feet. You might have to lift your head again. And then when the heels come down, push into your elbows, lift the chest, the knees will drop down perhaps, and bring the top of the head to the ground. Or you can do regular fish with your legs extended and your seat, hands underneath the seat. Now again, just allow the seat to drop on the heels, lift the chest as much as you can, more weight on the elbows and the seat, and the knees less so on the head. Bastrika breath again. Break the pose. Slide your head back out, release the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Slide your feet in towards the seat. Bring your fingertips beside the ears. Fingers facing out slightly so you can bring your elbows in. Now just try to pull the elbows back behind your ears. You try to keep your arms parallel, all the way from the shoulders all the way to the fingertips if you can. Now if this is one to keep working at this, because you have very tight shoulders, you stay here. Otherwise, you press into your feet, the fingertips lift the seat, and as you push in your fingertips, you drag your head back so you're on the top of the head. Turn your hands around so the fingers are facing towards the toes, but out as well. Again, to keep the elbows tucked in. And then you can lift your head up off the mat eventually, upward facing bow. And from there, if you know other variations, go ahead, you can lift up your heels and rock back and forth if you like. If you need something softer, you can come into bridge pose. So if you're Urdhva Dhanurasana, stay there. For those who are looking for something else to do, you just keep your shoulders on the ground, lift up your seat, and then tuck your shoulders underneath. Try to bring your chest towards the chin and tilt the pelvis forward. Use your hands if you need to, or just visualize in your mind, and maybe action will come through into the body. Half Urdhva Dhanurasana is another option. You just come halfway. You keep your head on the ground. Okay, so just stay a little bit longer. And then come out of the pose. Mindfully again, make sure that you press into your hands and stay strong as you make your descent. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Good. Now from here, you keep your legs bent, move your feet out a little bit, bring the right leg up, take hold of the ankle, and pull the knee onto the shoulder. And then you start to straighten the leg a little bit. Try to feel stretch in the back of the leg. Take your attention to all the areas where you want to find more release, and that's where you'll direct and then you're sending a message for all the prana, the life force, to go there. If you want to extend your left leg. Very flexible. Try to bring your foot right down to the ground beside your head without laying the right hip right up too much. So pull the right thigh down and bring the leg. 2. Stretch the leg as much as you can and bring the foot as close down to the ground as you can. Foot a little bit more, and then release. Right leg comes down. You can then bring the foot flat on the ground again to start. Left leg comes up. Take hold of the ankle and pull on the leg a little bit. Again, send intention of release to all those areas that feel tight. And then if you can, go into your deeper into the pose. Extend the right leg. Pull on the leg, and see if you can get the foot right down beside the head. Keep visualizing, keep practicing to eventually seize realization, but have no attachment to that result. Just do your best. just stay humble in your practice. And then things might happen before you know it. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms over the head, come to seated position or roll onto your side and come up. So, Hanumanasana or Adha Hanumanasana. Lean towards the left, right leg folds back and then come up. So we're like into, so your hip is over the knee, so like a runner stretch. Pull the left hip back so it's in line with the right. Inhale, reset the shoulders. Exhale, bow down. Bring the belly onto your thigh. And again, try to get the sensation as you did the standing version. Uttanasana, to try to bring your chest towards the knee and beyond the knee. Press to the base of the big toe. Again, if this is too easy, lift up and then sink your hip forward, just like we did for Kapiyasana. Bend the toes under on the back foot, and then start to push the heel forward. It's sometimes easier to bring your heel off the mat, in front of the mat. And keep your hips forward. Your hands should be beside your hips so your body stays upright. Try not to lean forward too much. And then just inhale, engage the leg muscles, pull the feet towards one another. Exhale, push through the back, the base of the toes. And then see if you can get a little bit more release. If you come all the way down, your legs are flat on the ground, you can bring your arms up. Try to keep your hips even. Cross the wrists and just make an expression of abject surrender and devotion. This is what Hanuman embodies. Courage and devotion. Lift the body up out of the hips. And release. Lean forward, bring your fingertips in line with the knees, and drag the left heel back. Switch legs. Reset the shoulders, come down. With each inhale, pull the hips back. So the hips and shoulders are even, the shoulders coming forward the same rate. Exhale, pour more weight into the front leg. If you've had enough then, that's too easy, you can work towards Hanumanasana again. Drop your seat forward towards the front heel and then start to push evenly through both feet. So the right side, the hip doesn't come way forward to the other. Bring your hands closer to the hips. And pulse a little bit. Do it in a mindful way so that you don't overstretch and hurt yourself. So you don't want to go to a place of pain. That's not what you want to offer up anybody. And then, if you like, raise your arms up. Cross your wrists the other way. Make sure the thighs are rolling towards the midline so your legs stay nice and straight. Lift the body up. And release. Good. Now if you're in a split, you can lean towards one side, slide your left knee in, and bring the foot forward beside the other one, or just get there any which way you can. Paschimottanasana. Bend the knees if you need to. Hug the legs to the body. Inhale. Push the chest forward along the thighs. Exhale. Sink more weight into the legs to allow the backs of the legs to release. If you're very flexible, you can go all the way down. Don't waste your time. Go ahead. Keep your chest with your thighs. Push out to the base of the toes. The attention is at the base of the spine. If you really concentrate there, you might feel some sensations. You might see visions of colors in your mind. And then just enjoy the view. If you don't see anything, don't worry about it. Just keep concentrating on the base of the spine to improve your concentration skills. back up. Hands behind the back. A little bit easier on your wrists if you turn your fingers to face back, or you can turn your fingers towards the feet. Tanasana. I'll demonstrate this one first. You pull the heels in, allow the belly button to sink towards the back body, and then you push the hips up. Try to get your shoulders, your chest higher than the shoulders, and you roll the thighs in so you can bring your toes down. That's why you bring your feet, you bend your knees to start. If this is too much, you move your heels in underneath the knees, bench pose. Try not to sag down through the hips. Stay nice and tall through the hips and the chest. Bring the head back and Bastrika. Lower the seat down. Wrap your arms around the legs. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Contract the root muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. The chest is high. The chin is right against the chest. Watch the space in the eyebrows. Keep holding your breath. Feeling lots of tightness in your throat and your root. Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. Slowly exhale. Steadily, not like a big explosion out of the body. Let it go gradually. Now make your way onto your back, not your back, your front again. Last bit of back bending. Starting off with Cobra. Feet together, hands beside the shoulder, the line of the heart. Roll the shoulders back so the chest opens and lift up. So do it slowly, come up bit by bit. You can stop wherever you need to. You can stay lower if you want, or rest on your forearms instead of your hands. And come up. Uncoil the spine, move just like the snake that you see in your mind. Push the chest forward, away from the seat, legs together. Roll down. Relax, breathe in, breathe out. Adding on. So separate your feet if you like. King Cobra. Put your hands again beside your chest. Roll the shoulders back and start to come up. As you come back, feel your feet sliding back a little bit, but really press them into the mat. And then see if you move your hands closer. As close as you can, and then tuck your chin in. Press into the fingertips. Equal distance. Make sure your thumb's not way far away from the others. And then push into your fingertips. Try to get as much height as you can. Try to imagine your back is straight and vertical. And now you pick up the feet. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind the knees. Keep lengthening up through the upper body. Bring the head back. Maybe at some point the feet will connect with the head. For those who are stronger, who have more experience, you can bring the right hand closer and keep pressing into your hand as you reach around. Take hold of that leg, and then once you have firm grip, you take the other hand, leg, bound King Cobra. To let go, really pull in the hands, bring your head forward, tuck the chin in. Bring one leg down, keep holding firmly so that you can come out slowly and under control. And roll down. Breathe in, breathe out, all fatigue. Press into your hands, come up to seated. Inversions. Left leg is in front, right leg crosses over. So do it this way so you can facing you so you can see. The foot's on the outside of the seat. Make sure you're not sitting on the foot. And if you can't get both sides of the seat to ground, perhaps it's a little bit better to extend the left leg and then move your right foot a little bit closer to the ankle in this variation. Otherwise, if your leg is folded, you keep your foot on the outside, just in the mid-thigh region. Right hand behind the back, left arm up, and then squeeze the form against the outer right thigh. Pull the knee way beyond the left edge of the body. Inhale, sit upright, push the lower back in, exhale, turn to the right. If you want to bind, you know those versions, go ahead. So if you're not sure how that looks like, you snake your left arm in between your legs underneath, and then you bind again against this, in front of the left hip. Sit upright and then turn to the right. The full version of the pose, by the way, doesn't always give the full maximum of the pose, the maximum benefit. Sometimes it's better to step down a little bit so you can really feel the twist. Sometimes the bind prevents you from going to full twist. Inhale, lift up, start the twist at the hips, and then roll the right shoulder back as you keep pulling the knee to the left. Release, other side. I'll do the easier version for this one. You can extend your leg, the foot again, not so close to the, not on, against the thigh, against the shin. Left arm is still right behind the back, right against the seat. And then again, push the knee beyond the right edge of the body. Push the lower back in and turn to look over your left shoulder, chin over the left shoulder eventually. Keep the hand close to the seat, so left hand, so that you're not leaning back. Keep the back nice and straight. Keep pushing out through the right heel as well to keep that the right heel so the right leg stays active. And then slowly come out, prepare for Shavasana, lie on your back. Ease your way down, no aggressive movements, just allow yourself to come down softly. And just allow your hands to just rest with the palms facing up. And just feel everything just sink heavily. Just let go of all tension. So you inhale, gather it all up wherever it happens to reside. Exhale, just drop it out of the body, discard it. And just feel all the joints loosening, all the muscles softening. And then succumb to complete relaxation in order to really get the benefit of this posture, this practice of Shavasana that allows you to, allows the body to rid itself of its impurities. And once you feel the body completely relaxed, it might eventually be possible to lose consciousness altogether of the body, lose complete awareness of the body. Leave it alone once it's reached that point of stillness and relaxation. Keep watching the body as the witness. Witness remains undisturbed, unfazed by whatever it sees in the body in the mind activity or in the emotions. Slowly start to become aware again of the breath. To reintegrate into the body. Become aware of the toes, the fingers, forces within that animate the body. Feel it starting to awaken bit by bit. Introduce a few little movements in the hands and the feet, the hips, in the most mindful and gentle and silent way possible. Return to a seated position. Move in a way that doesn't take away any of the serenity that we produce through the practice. Move mindfully. So you didn't want to interrupt anybody else either. Or bring their minds into a distracted state. Once you're seated, sit tall, supremely still. We'll do some pranayama now in order to prepare the mind for meditation. There's a gateway that allows the mind to come into a calm state of mind. Left hand in Yana Mudra, the tips of the second finger and the thumb are together, other three fingers extended. Rest it on the left knee. Other hand is used to control the passage through the nose. So second, third finger fold down, and then you use the right thumb to control the passage through the right nostril, to the right ring finger through the left nostril. So we're going to do a count, a ratio of 4, 16, 8. 4 on the in-breath, 16 on the hold, the breath retention, 8 on the exhale. For the breath retention, you're doing Mula Bandha, so you contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel. So you get that tension there, and then you bring the chest up high, the chin comes down. Don't raise the shoulders, raise the chest. Chin down, and the tongue just behind the teeth to the upper palate. The tension is always at the third eye, the space between the eyebrows. So let's start off. We're breathing in through the right nostril, actually the active nostril. We're holding a breath where you plug both sides of the nose, and then you exhale through the less active nostril. To find your active nostril, you close off one side, send a few puffs of breath, and see which one appears to be more open. If it's the same on both sides, you just default to the left side. So I'll demonstrate starting on the left. So let's begin now. I'll cue, and then once you feel comfortable and you don't have to watch anymore, you can close your eyes. But I'll continue to cue until I tell you to go on your own. So sitting up tall and straight, breathe in. Exhale, remove all breath, empty the lungs. Close off the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale to the left. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Close both sides of the nose. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Release to the right side. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to the right. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Attention third eye. Apply the locks at the throat and the root. 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out to the left. Release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in deeply. 3, 4. Hold the breath. Close both sides of the nose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in through the right. Hold the breath for 16. Attention's at the third eye. Throat lock, root lock. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the left. Release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in left. Get enough breath so you can make it through the whole breath retention. Keep the counting nice and even. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to the right. Hold the breath. I should be saying active and less active. I apologize. Exhale through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, active. Hold the breath for 16. Exhale through the less active. 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in through the less active. Holding a breath, the attention at the third eye. Breathe out through the active. Release the blocks. Continue on your own. Next time you breathe through your active side, conclude. Don't rush it. Keep going at the same pace, same rhythm. Bring the right hand down, or the active hand down. Actually, the right hand. And then sit tall again, straight back. Close the eyes or just ever so slightly open, gaze beyond the tip of the nose. Study of the self, meditation without steed. Simply watch the thoughts. Have no concern about what thoughts are entering the mind and at what rate. Just observe that any judgment, any attempt to stop them or process or analyze them. Remain as a witness, watching it all, taking it in without any concern. The more you do this, the more you become established in a calm mindset that allows you to stay calm no matter what situation you are faced with. And to gratefully accept the lessons that you learned from the experience, all of which help you to bring you out of a place of suffering, to not repeat the patterns that cause you to land always in the same place of suffering and pain. Everything is perfect. with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, be established in it, and send it out to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine light within. This concludes our practice. Thank you so very much for coming. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow I'm holding my last outdoor event, yoga and kirtan event at Aylmer Beach, Parc des Cèdres. So it's on Facebook if you want to take a look. It's in the morning. It's going to be chilly, so wear lots of clothes.